Hey guys, Scott here. I haven't played Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a couple weeks now. To me, the gameplay wasn't quite deep enough, at least on the family side, for me to enjoy it, but I still have been keeping up with it on Twitter and Reddit because I do think the game has actually potential. I just want to see if they make changes to make the gameplay into something more along the lines of what I would be interested in. And they've been doing some pretty good changes so far, like the abuse with stun door timers and things like that. Sissy's bugs was fixed. There's a lot of good changes being made, but while browsing the Reddit, I did find one thing, and their entire subreddit is absolutely in a tizzy right now. And it is because the price plan for their new content has come out, and people are not happy with it. And I wanted to talk about whether or not this is actually fair or unfair, and we'll just go from there, I guess. So one of the first things that they revealed was the premium content skin. There's a new Leatherface skin. It's honestly pretty cool, and it's $15.99. Now, this is just a cosmetic, and I am always of the opinion that they can price cosmetics whatever the hell they want. It can be $1, it can be $500. In Path of Exile, a game I'm a huge fan of that's a free-to-play game, they have cosmetics that are extremely expensive. Now, the game is free, so it's a little different. But I'm okay with that because it doesn't give you an advantage over anybody, and whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just if you want to look like that, pay some money. If not, whatever. Your gameplay experience is exactly the same. So I really don't care what they price cosmetics. And that seems to be premium content. That's just like entire model reworks. In Dead by Daylight, this would be the equivalent to like, the Birkin skin for Blightworth, an entirely different animation, model, all that stuff. I'm okay with stuff like that being a bit more expensive. $16 is pretty steep, but it's acceptable. Executions being $7, again, I'm fine with. Cosmetics being $5, I'm fine with all this. Really, the main thing that concerns me, at least with this, is the character price being $10. That is a lot of money for a new playable character, and it's not like Dead by Daylight where you spend $10 and you get a chapter. You get like a cosmetic for whatever came out. You get the killer, you get the survivor, you get their perks, you get all that stuff. So if you just want just the killer or just survivor, it's half that price. It's $5. But here it's $10 for each victim and for each family member. So it's $20 if you want both of the new things. And that is problematic for a number of reasons. One, it's just too much money. That just costs too much. $20 to get the new content as it ships is kind of insane. Now, it might not be like Dead by Daylight, where Dead by Daylight almost always releases a killer and a survivor with the same chapter. Maybe this game, they're only going to release a survivor, or they're only going to release a killer. And so that $10 price tag might not seem quite as bad, because technically you're getting all of the new content for $10. There's just half the content compared to something like DBD, which has a role for both sides. But I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it exactly. So that's just an assumption on my end. So the main problem with this, the price obviously is too high, but this, again, I keep comparing it to DBD, and I'm sorry, that's the main game I stream, so deal with it, I guess. The difference between this and something like DBD is when you play Dead by Daylight and you buy you buy a killer for $5, you can play that killer every single time you play the game. If you buy a new survivor, you can play that survivor or use their perks every single time you play the game. With this particular game, you can only have one character per, player, and you can't have repeats of anybody. So whenever a new character comes out, everyone's going to want to play that new character. The problem is you're now spending $10 for the chance to maybe get that character. And if there's a new character, everyone's going to want that character. So when a new piece of content comes out, you're just going to have people dodging lobbies forever and ever and ever. It's going to make queue times grow so much longer, and I'm not sure how they don't see that as an issue. It's clear as day why that's going to be a huge problem, right? So I'm not sure how they can fix that, and maybe they can make it so that there's a new queue where you only queue into the role or the character that you really want to play. That's probably the only way they can fix something like this. And even with that, that is going to make queue times so bad. This kind of system doesn't work as well in a game with no repeat characters as it does in a game like DBD. Not everyone can play the new content. So in a nutshell, you're basically you're basically spending $20 for the chance to play the new content, maybe. And I think, that's not really a good precedent to set, especially if the new character is like really, really strong or something like that. And we've got the whole pay to win angle to come from there. I'm not even talking about that yet, because the game has to support itself. There is the other side to this. Like, the game absolutely has to support itself It's free on Game Pass, so they get very little income from that. They need to earn money in some way, and I truly understand that. But this is not like a cheap game. Like DBD is like $20. This game, I believe, was $40 on release. I think it's still $40 right now. So it's not a cheap game. And to have new content cost that much, there's the whole pay to win argument that might come up too. But yeah, the main problem is you can't always play the new content you even bought. So overpricing that content for a ticket for a chance to play it is, I think, nonsensical. I don't know how they really address this. The game itself is sort of built around this system not working very well. So yeah, it's a very high mountain to climb for the devs. I'm not really sure what they can do to fix that. A queue where you only play that character is probably the best idea, but then queue times are going to be really bad. So I don't know. That's it. I just wanted to go over that. I have been keeping up with this game, and I think it's good to keep up with it because there is some potential in it, but this is not a very good trend in my opinion.